Let's talk about Challengers, the new film from director Luca Guadagnino, starring Zendaya, Mike Faist, and Josh O'Connor from Amazon and MGM Studios. As always, this review will be spoiler-free, but if you prefer to see the film first before hearing any commentary, please drop a like or a heart if you're watching on TikTok, and come back and watch this video once you've seen the film. Let's start with what Challengers is not, and it's not just a tennis movie. Tennis literally and figuratively dominates this film. It's the metaphor that really dictates the relationships between the characters in the film, how they relate to one another, how they attack one another and defend themselves from one another. Also, competition is so huge, and what competition does to people when arguably it's all they have that bonds them together. Or at least that's the question that Guadagnino really wants you to consider as he's watching these characters go back and forth in their relationships. There's a lot there. It's complicated, okay? And if there's one thing that Luca Guadagnino does very well, it's complicated emotions and complicated relationships. You may remember from a number of years ago, he drew considerable acclaim for his take on Call Me By Your Name, the film that helped make Timothée Chalamet a star. Him and Armie Hammer brought to life incredibly nuanced, complicated characters in a coming-of-age story. Now, Challengers is a very different kind of film, inhabited by very different characters. But once again, Guadagnino brings out in his actors these incredibly nuanced performances that bring to life those complicated emotions and those complicated relationships. Now, one thing unites all of these characters, and keep this in mind as you're watching it. It expresses itself differently, but it is the same. It is the desire to win, whether you're on the court or off the court. This is a standout performance from Zendaya, and I use the word standout specifically because she's been incredible in so many different films over the past few years, but this stands out in just how provocative it is and how much range it demands. She's playing scenes that require a great deal of intimacy and a great deal of talent to show how that intimacy changes depending on the time, the place, and the partner, and the motivation behind it, because even intimacy can be used as a strategy to win, okay? And it's provocative, this performance, in the sense that I think it's going to be polarizing. It's going to bring out a lot of different reactions from people. You may not like her, this character that she plays in this film, when all is said and done, but you will not forget her. Now, did I find any issues with Challengers? Sure. I had a problem with pacing. I had a problem with the ending. I had a problem with, for all the effort that the director and cinematographer make to bring to life what's going on the tennis court and make it a metaphor for the relationships, but also the different ways they choose to shoot a tennis match. They seem to miss the fact that if you've ever watched great tennis, it is about maintaining tension. Whereas this film, because it relies a great deal on flashbacks, never maintains its tension. Every time it starts to get rolling, we have to step back. Okay, that's a problem in my mind. Is it a problem that ruins the film? Absolutely not. I do think Challengers is going to be a talker among people who go to see it. And I do think that come awards time, it is going to be in the conversation in terms of some of the acting and cinematography awards. Challengers is rated R, and believe me, it earns that rating with its language and sexual situations. It's in theaters starting April 26th. You can find more Film Buff Unplugged reviews and videos on Substack. Just head to fbunplugged.substack.com and subscribe for free. That way you won't miss a single post. We also have a channel on YouTube. Head to youtube.com/@FilmBuffUnplugged, all one word. Please give us a like on Facebook, and if you're on TikTok, you can find my review videos and more by searching for @FelixAlbuerne Jr., all one word. Thanks for watching.